The girls are shaking, and I'm gonna drink my little Theraflu because y'all are making me fucking sick, okay? But baby, let's talk about it. I got some inside scoop. The girls are shaking. This Fabio Foreign, Mellow Rex, his baby mama debacle, honey, y'all giving me tremors. We are all shaking on behalf of you. I only got a little bit, but a lot to tell y'all. Hey everybody, finally we can announce it, y'all. This is no longer called the Everybody Hate Krissy show. The show is finally called The Girls Are Shaking. Yes, we can finally call the show The Girls Are Shaking. Shout out to the Secretary of State. We got the name, and now we are The Girls Are Shaking. This is The Girls Are Shaking show. Y'all already knew me as Krissy. Everybody hate Krissy on all social media. Y'all know the girl, y'all know the kids. So let's do news. If you've never watched my show before, this is a news channel where we're having fun and we're staying informative. Okie dokie, all right. So we break this show down into 4 types of news. That's local news, celebrity news, international news, and health news, baby. The health news this week is actually going to gag you down to the ground boots, I'm sure. It's very interesting health news this week. But we're not going to start with health news. We are going to start with local news. We're going to get a little gory for a second. So, a young man in Mississippi named Rasheem Carter, we're going to cover him. Really sad story. A couple people asked me to speak on this, especially during the time we're also going to speak on Shanquilla Robinson. She's not missing, but Rasheem Carter is. Okay, let's talk about it. So Rasheem Carter is a 25-year-old young man. He's from Mississippi. Now, he has been missing, but also they just found his remains. So Rasheem Carter, this young man, he actually was somebody that was well loved. Everybody loved him. African-American young man. Seemed to be living a nice, happy life. You know, you can't portray him in some mess. It wasn't giving gangster. Okay, so y'all can't do the Trayvon Martin where y'all pull him up with the gold teeth. Rasheem Carter was not given that. This guy looked family friendly, okay? And he told his mother for a few weeks, and he told the police a few weeks before he came up missing, that white men were following him, okay? He was last seen at his job site, his work site, and they have not seen him since, but then his remains were found in another city close to where he lives in Mississippi. Very scary stuff, right? So he had told his mom, and he made a police report. White men are following me. You know, I'm being threatened. I'm scared. He gave his mom the name of said white men. So she does have the actual suspect's name from Rasheem's mouth. She has those names. And so she gave them to the police. The police have done nothing, which raises my eyebrows, okay? Because I automatically think the police got something to do with it, because it's one of those towns in Mississippi, it seemed like where everybody would know each other. Small town. And with situations like that, you know, that's when the sheriff is the law. You know, those kind of towns, they run themselves. They make whatever rules they want to make. And it gets to be lawless in some senses. You know, the people make the rules. But Rasheem, we are sticking beside you. We're sticking beside your family. So it says, yes, Rasheem Rydell Carter, 25, was last seen outside of a Super 8 hotel in Laurel, Mississippi on October 2nd. So that's 30 minutes outside of Taylorsville, where Carter lives, okay? So his remains were found on a private property in a wooded area in Taylorsville. Very spooky stuff. So I can't say he's missing anymore. His parts were found. I don't know if all of him has been found, but they do know the young man is most likely gone. You know, they did not release the exact remains that were found, and I really don't want to know. It does not matter. I say round up all the names of everybody that the mama has and go ahead and throw them into custody, get the fingerprints, and let's go. I would like to know a why. What happened with Rasheem Carter? Why were these white men following him? What the heck was going on? You know, I need more explanation. So we're going to revisit the Rasheem Carter story soon. I do not know if outside of racism, there was some homophobia. I don't know. We haven't got that deep in the story yet, but as this uncovers, I'm going to keep you guys posted, so don't worry about it. Yeah, they said that these men were riding around in a white truck following him. Scary stuff. Okay, so in more local news, Shaquilla Robinson. Shaquilla Robinson, baby, it's giving very much true crime. It's giving Bad Girls Club. I mean, there's so many pieces to this story. It's been crazy. So I gave you guys my news TV show late today because of one of the young ladies in the Shaquilla Robinson story. They were saying she was going to go on live and explain her side. So I was going to watch the live for all those who didn't feel like watching that. Understandable. That's what your girl's here for. I was going to watch the live in hopes that I can get more information, piece some things together, really see what's going on. But for those who do not know, let me give you the Shaquilla Robinson background story, okay? So Shaquilla Robinson is a 25-year-old Charlotte, North Carolina resident. She was a popping girl, outside, no kids, good belly, good ass, good face. She was giving. She looked like somebody that people would definitely envy, but these were supposed to be her friends. So she went on a trip. Mind you, this girl has plenty of pictures on trips. We're in Montego Bay, we're in Rome, we're at home, we're everywhere, right? So this young lady travels a lot. She's no, newbie to this. She goes to Cabo with a group of friends. These are her alleged group of friends, 6 people. And the 6 people have been listed. I'm gonna list them right here. I said their names on my TikTok, and I'm actually gonna show their pictures on my channel as well, so you'll see all the people, their faces. And they went to Cabo with her. Now, one of them named Nazir. Nazir is saying he got there allegedly a day late, and he was not able to tend to Quilla until he got there. He wasn't there, but that's another part of the discussion. They got to Cabo, and then a fight ensued. She spoke to her mother 24 hours into coming on the trip. She talked to her mama. She told her mama, "Mama, the chefs are coming. I'm gonna hit you back later." Her mom's no newbie to her daughter being out of town. Cute life. You're in a villa, okay? Chefs are coming. Now, Lovely T, one of my favorite commentators, said something that I thought was very poignant. She said, because Quilla was popping, a lot of times people go on these trips and they can't afford them. They weren't in a big, juicy DJ Khaled luxury villa. So with that being said, I'm sure, they were like, you got 40%, the rest of us got the rest. Because that girl looked like she had some coin. So other people could have held the weight of them all getting a villa. But it is 6 people. They could have put an equal for this villa. But anyway, back to Shaquilla. So she talks to her mom. Her mom does not hear from her ever again. That is the last conversation they have. 24 hours into arriving, she doesn't hear from her daughter. There was a tussle that ensued. And this fight got caught on camera. Now, on camera, everybody has deciphered the fight. We see that there was a young lady fighting Shaquilla. The young lady was getting more than the best of her. She was knocking her down, knocking her out clean. She's falling on the floor and just sitting there at some point. There's a young man's voice behind the camera. You could tell it's maybe a young, feminine young man. His voice is behind the camera. Quilla, get up. You ain't even gonna fight, babe. And it's giving like, no, she's drunk. Like, she's out of it. Stop. You know what I mean? She's trying to fight with her. She's yelling things at her. You know what I mean? Like, kind of just like, I'm going to show this bitch who I am. I'm going to show her she's not all that kind of energy. She's knocking her out, knocking her down. Fight ends. There's another video too. I guess there was more than one video. Now, how these videos got out is also a journalistic mystery. Now, when I watched the YouTuber, this particular YouTuber, I'm going to put his name here. Can't think off the top of my head. When I watched that YouTuber, he did this story now 8 days ago. And he said that somebody felt so guilty about that fight, they leaked this video to their parents and they leaked this video to the internet to release some guilt and some accountability that they might have had in Quilla's death, which I definitely thought was tea and makes a lot of sense to how these videos got out. Because why would you incriminate yourself so crazy like that? You know what I mean? Why would you do that? So she goes, she's getting to this fight. Allegedly, she's going through the motions now. The nurse was called. Nazir gets there the next day. Nazir is allegedly informed that she has alcohol poisoning. He said he's known Quilla for 9 years. this is his birthday. This is his birthday event, and he didn't even get to have fun. Didn't get to smoke a blunt, barely got to have a shot. He missed the chefs because he said he missed that day. And so he said as soon as he got there, he just ended up tending to Quilla. Now Nazir said that he was told Quilla had alcohol poisoning. He said that she did look battered and bruised. He did not understand why. It was giving black eye, fat lip. He didn't know why, okay? So we go on and they continue to try to tend to her. The nurses are coming. He said a young man nurse was gonna come and ended up being a young lady nurse. They come, they tend to Quilla. Later on, they ended up just leaving, oddly for some reason, and they said that Quilla was found by the housekeeping hanging off of the toilet, okay? So that's how they were saying that this young lady was found. So she's found hanging off the toilet, or something obscene and just derogatory is going on with her. And she's found in such an incomparable position. So sad. Now, the friends report. Now, this is where it got mixy. And when these stories first come out, you know, you want to tell it and inform the people, but there are little bits and pieces that make the story whole. The family was informed by the friends that that's there was alcohol poisoning, that Quilla was alcohol poisoned. That's why she was gone. Because the mother was informed of the death 24 hours in. She just wasn't informed of why she died. So how they ended up getting the information was when the Mexican authorities had ended up getting in touch with the family, and they said that she had a broken spinal cord, a broken neck, all types of bruising, battered and beaten all over her body, and that's what caused her. It was giving, you got beat to death, no longer alcohol poisoning. Now her friends that were still in North Carolina, maybe some of her real friends, they were like, girl, bye. Alcohol poisoning, not our Quilla. It's not giving alcohol poisoning. So they knew from jump something wasn't clean in the buttermilk. When they got the autopsy back and everybody came back after enjoying their vacation, now everybody's pointing the finger. So here's where it gets really weird. So the girl that was fighting her name is Dejanay Robinson. Dejanay Robinson, she's really weird lady. And the thing about Dej is she's also a beauty owner, and they are saying with her child that she might be a man. They are saying she's might be a man, honey. And I think that is so crazy. So the young lady named Dejanay was the one fighting Shaquilla in the video, right? They are allegedly saying that she, in a former life, was a man. And there's nothing wrong with being transgender. We are transgender supportive over here in this channel. We love our LGBTQIA plus people, baby. And with that being said, I would never want to give her dead name, if that's her true story. But they are saying that she allegedly is a transgender young lady, and she ended up fighting Shaquilla, and which led to her passing, which is really sad and scary, and you hate to see it. So we didn't get her live. I didn't get her on live like I was supposed to. She said this Dejanay girl said she was going live at 3 o'clock. She never went on live. There was no live to be had, and she definitely went on time. Her lawyers probably told her, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. Don't you dare incriminate yourself. Go in there and tell your story for free. Don't do none of that. Now, what was interesting about Dejanay was she did post her, she posted her GoFundMe, which I thought was rich. I was like, girl, read the room. It's not giving GoFundMe. You feel me? Like, sister, you might have really killed this lady. Nobody's about to pay for your goddamn own lawyer. It's not giving that. Nobody's paying for your lawyer, sister. So that was odd and weird, and just really showed that she did not give a fuck about this girl. She didn't give a damn about this girl. She need money for this lawyer, honey. How am I gonna get out of this? Is what it gave. So scary stuff. Watch people around you, like they said, and like your grandmama said. You can count your friends on your hand, one hand. Okay, you can count your real friends on one hand, and it shouldn't be all 5 fingers. Okay, so there's a lesson to be had here. On to one of everybody's favorite segments, the celebrity news. Y'all like that? I'm gonna add that. We're gonna get some bongos. We're gonna get some music in this motherfucker. But yes, we're doing celebrity news. Okay, celebrity news. Honey, Escape has been fighting. The girls are shaking. Escape is shaking. You guys, Escape is shaking. Escape is shaking. Right now, the group is split into a threesome. They are basically Destiny's Child. And Candy is the Beyonce. Latasha Scott. So Latasha Scott is, to be honest, lead vocalist. She's the lead vocalist of Escape, y'all. No, don't get it twisted. I love Escape. I listened to Escape when they was out back in the 90s. And Tamika Cottle, T.I.'s wife, she used to look like Mariah Carey, and she used to have a little bit of ghetto vocal like her too. That Tamika Cottle can sing. Eris Harris doesn't get it from T.I. She gets it from Tiny. Okay? That's a singing lady. Her voice may have changed, probably smoking backwoods with Clifford. But at the same time, Tiny is a very talented vocalist. We're not going to demean that lady's talent. But the true singers in Escape were the Scott sisters. Latasha Scott, Tamika Scott. Okay? Pictured on either side of me. They are blood sisters. And you can tell, whatever's in that grandmama's cooking, baby, they got mama's cooking. Because they definitely are singing something serious. Candy, yeah. So anyway, Escape is fighting, and they are fighting over, it just looked to be some inside beef. It's not all the way leaked out, but let me tell you what's going on. So there was an award show, the Our Lady of Soul Award, and Escape was receiving it. Well, Latasha Scott tried to get in touch with the stylist to see what everyone was wearing so they could be one cohesive group. She ended up getting the wrong memo. Something happened, and her dress was green, and the rest of the ladies' dresses were like champagne stone. So it's giving gray and green, okay? It was not cohesive. It looked like either it was Latasha Scott and the Supremes, okay? And that's word to a Pressive channel. Or it was giving me, she didn't get the memo. Nobody, she's out of the group chat. And so Latasha Scott looked at it to be a sabotage situation. She said, y'all are trying to sabotage me, like y'all trying to leave me out the group, which is real crazy because you're my blood sister. Like we share the same mama. And so for you to pull that and we done pulled out the same womb is real crazy to me. But the issue in the group Escape is allegedly the relationship between the managers and Latasha's husband. So Escape had one manager, Latasha Scott's husband, who is a successful man himself. I found that out on the Wendy Williams show. Shout out to Godmother Wendy. Excuse me, never grandmother, always godmother. We don't disrespect Wendy Williams on this show. Respect to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams did an interview with Latasha Scott. And she talked about her husband. And honey, it gave, oh, you married a good man with some money, honey, because Latasha Scott don't look like she's been missing a beat money-wise. Her outfits be cute. Even her clapback outfit to this Escape thing, I said, I'm copying that to the T. I actually need style details because this is one of the cutest outfits I've ever seen. Since you're 41, out dressing these girls, what does your husband do? Where's the money? Where does the money reside? So Wendy Williams kind of uncovered that. She wrote a book. She was definitely in the money. Looks like she's been, okay, got it. So she's married to Rocky Bivens, who is a entertainment executive, master negotiator he's basically a record producer and entrepreneur in the music industry. And it looks like he's done really, really well. And if he's a Bivens, is that relation to Michael Bivens? No, probably not, because that says Montgomery, Alabama. But that's her husband, and he wasn't feeling the manager. And so basically, they're like, we're feeling our manager though. Tamika, her sister, likes the manager. Everybody's like, we got husbands too. You don't hear our husbands coming over here and saying nothing. What's Candy's husband's name? Scott? Ain't nobody asking Scott. You know what I mean? Scott's not coming over here running no show when it comes to Escape. You feel me? He may be definitely running Candy's show, and we put so much respect on Candy's husband for Old Lady Gang and all the moves he's made. We love her husband. We definitely do. And make sure Todd. I'm calling this grown man Scott. Todd Tucker. You don't see Todd Tucker going around the escape and trying to make any noise. So he stays out of women's business. And I think that's what they expected Latasha Scott, husband, to do as well. Yes, Todd Tucker. So back when Escape was first beefing, they was first beefing against the two sisters, Tiny, and they were against Candy. They was into it with Candy. I don't know what they were at odds about, but Candy took the name. Okay? Candy made them go by, while I'm calling them Escape, she made them go by Escape 3, which was basically spelled like escape, and instead of an E at the end, there was a number 3. So she made them go by that. Legally, she said, y'all not gonna run off with Escape unless all 4 of us are in it. Which is interesting because now that they're into it with Latasha Scott, they are still using the name Escape. And I think that has everything to do with Kandi Burruss' old relationship with Jermaine Dupri. Honey, that's what happens when you're the Diana Ross of the Supremes and you messing around with Berry Gordy. You get to be Diana Ross in the Supremes. Okay? They don't get to be superm. You feel me? They got to be superm if you ain't there. So that's what is definitely giving. More insight on that. You know, that's some we could sip later. Because we got stuff to do around the show. Okay, so that's the Escape news. The girls are fighting. The girls are shaking up over there. And I hope they get it together. I love Escape. Who can I run to? Understand. What I want from Escape is understanding. We're going to end on that note. All right, so Grammy snubs. Child. Oh my gosh, you guys. Grammy snubs. We are going to talk about the Grammys. You guys, we're going to talk about the Grammys. This is a fucking mess. I don't like this at all. I don't like the fighting. So people would probably deem me to be like an anti-Barb, but I'm not an anti-Barb. I love Nicki Minaj. I'm an island woman. She's a Trinidadian queen. Why would I not like her? You know what I mean? Why would I not stan her? I want to stan her. But that husband gets in the way of my feelings for her and Papa because I love them both. I don't even want to go there. But I say that to say that Nicki Minaj's antics is what keeps her really out of the industry. Nicki be acting too righteous. She don't want to perform. Not even a little bit. But what y'all don't understand is y'all looking at it as, oh, conforming to the music industry, you're losing your soul. Baby, when you go to work, do you go to work cutting up, acting a fool, talking about the other employees? No, you don't. You go to work, you go to your cubicle, you log into Zoom, you do your goddamn own job, right? Nicki ought to be the same way. Girl, go to work and just get along with your coworkers and quit making everything a mess. You're never going to get any awards or any trips down to the insurance farm if you don't quit with this. Like, that's what it gives. So Nicki Minaj was snubbed again. Nicki Minaj has 10 Grammy nominations. She has never won a Grammy. But Lotto, which I'm still going to call Mulatto. I know what you did there, and I get it. You know what? No, let's put some respect on biracial people's name. Her name is Lotto. Lotto, who I do like. I love Lotto. I don't have a bad thing to say. Was Big Ick Energy my jam? No. But Queen of the South was. She got that one, the youngest and richest. Was she out there in that plantation with them diamonds, giving you very much octoroon ball? Fucking love it. She was out there in that majestic, Southern Belle dress, out there with that, that's my favorite shit. And it might seem like some slavery shit, and it is, and it's a mess. But bitch, I know where I'm from. I know I'm a Black American woman still, and my connections to the slavery right there is just luxurious. And I would live to do some old Bridgerton ass, mint julep ass photo shoot. I would love to do some shit like that. And so I do love Lotto. Don't think this is a Lotto hate train, but Lotto was put on, I think it's the rap. I think she got nominated for a rap category for Big Ick Energy. Now, my thing about the Big Ick is it's definitely a pop song. We love Mariah. It's cool. Lotto did what she had to do to trend, because Lotto at the end of the day is going to work and trying to get the awards. She's going to work and doing what she got to do, getting along with the other co-workers. You know what I mean? She's doing what she has to do. She's doing what should be done. And also Glorilla. Gloria, hallelujah. We are so proud of you. We are proud of our Gloria, hallelujah Woods today, God, because she is nominated for her first Grammy. And Glorilla said, and I quote, Y'all called my friends dusty and dirty. Y'all make fun of my friends. Y'all made fun of us. And I got a Grammy off of y'all hate. In the name. Let me tell you something about that Glorilla that makes me laugh out loud. I be outside. I know a lot of niggas. Men love Glorilla. They love Glorilla. When niggas talk about Glorilla, they be like, that's my baby. Like, I be like, period. Period, Big Glow. I bet she be having niggas in her life in a chokehold. Because there ain't a nigga I know that don't be like, I'm in love with her. That's my baby. You feel me? Like, that's my woman. Like, y'all wildin'. Like, don't ever disrespect her. My male friend, hey, Barry. My male friend, Barry, told me that it's because she write her own songs. He's like, she write her own rhymes. And so everybody just has the utmost respect for her craft because they know she put pen to paper. And that's what makes, you know, hard work makes you respect a young, beautiful black woman. So we love that for Big Glow. But here's where the Grammys had me confused with somebody that was not going to cuss them the fuck out. Grammys, look at me. Hold on. Can I zoom? Grammys, don't you ever in your life come at the neck of Bubbles' mother like that. Summer Aloysius Walker gets no Grammys? Excuse me? Excuse me? The only singer right now outside of her in R&B? And you parted your lips? Grammys, you parted your black ass lips to not vote Summer Walker? Summer Walker should have 30 Grammy nominations right now. She should be in the country category. That's how talented Summer Walker is. When that stuff happened with Shanquilla Robinson, her friend Nazir came and said, I wanted to play calming music for her because I thought that she was sick. I turned on some Summer Walker. Don't you ever in your life play on that Bruja's head like that. You playing on Bubble and head, Larry's baby mama's head. Disrespect. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Like, y'all need to understand. I just saw this article that said that the Grammys are not going for numbers and streams. They're going for artistry. They're comparing it by the art, which confuses me. Like, are you comparing it by the cover art? Like, what's it giving? Because I'm gonna need you to be comparing it by the streams, the artists, and the talent level. Quit fucking playing with me. We need to change these rules to adapt to the times. Because there's no way Summer Walker not having a nomination. That's crazy. Disrespectful, out of pocket. Nicki Minaj not having one. Crazy, disrespectful, out of pocket. Crazy, disrespectful, out of pocket. Nicki should at least have one for, what's the hype? Yeah, it's something light. What's the hype? We do this for life. Wherever that is. That's viral on TikTok. That's viral on TikTok. Yikes. That's what's called yikes. What's the hype? This was something light. What? That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all really disrespectful. She should have something for looking ass nigga. Nicki should have a Grammy for Monster. That's how disrespectful y'all are. And if y'all want to go soft and pop, she didn't even have a Grammy for whatever that was. In Another Life, or Where I Record. That song where she had Michael Jai White in the video, and my bitch was giving you very much geisha in that video. Like, I'm sure she don't even got a Grammy for that. I mean, that needed, girl, that has a Grammy in my house, Nikki. Okay, I don't even know the name, and it's #1 on my radio. So, Onika Tanya, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to how they be doing you, the disrespect they show you. Summer, burn the house down. Burn the house down and use black magic. I know you know some. It's fine. I know she got a chicken bone somewhere, cat bone somewhere. Alrighty, you guys, we're gonna do a little health news. I love health news. Y'all are so disrespectful about health news. Y'all say I'm going too long about health news, but I don't give a damn. Y'all gonna be healthy on my watch. I was gonna cut that out, but nah. Y'all see me drinking water? Perfect segue into health news. Let's talk about it. So, there is a viral challenge going on all over TikTok called the mouth taping challenge. And it's for people that endure sleep issues. People that cannot sleep, are having restless nights, are having trouble when they wake up with grogginess. It's supposed to help you put you in a deep sleep. So people are taking tape, surgical tape, regular tape, duct tape, I don't fucking know. They're taking different forms of tape, putting it over their mouths while they sleep, causing them to be complete nose breathers. I got a big nose so I can make some sounds. They're supposed to be complete nose breathers. And there's some do's and don'ts to this, but for now, I'm gonna say, you guys don't do this. Now, it's a TikTok challenge, and if you ever do decide to do it, I'm gonna give you more information on that, but please, you guys, don't do this. So, if you are someone that experiences sleep apnea, I really caution you not to do this because you could go into cardiac arrest and die. Would you like to die in your sleep? So I don't think you would like to die in your sleep. I don't want you to die in your sleep. So let's not go on TikTok and take all our health news from TikTok like it's WebMD. Okay, let's not do that because it's not safe. It's not safe. It's not healthy. So let me tell you about obstructive sleep apnea. Obstructive sleep apnea, which is a complete or partial collapse of the airway, which is one of the most common and dangerous sleep disorders. Over 1 billion people between the ages of 30 and 69 are thought to have the condition. So before you do any sort of mouth taping challenge, please go check and see if you have obstructive sleep apnea. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you, and you might not know you have it. Now, the thing about mouth breathing that is very interesting is mouth breathing actually is very unhealthy. For your children that breathe through their mouths mostly, try to get them to train to breathe through their nose as well because it's healthier. And mouth breathing can cause something in children called, and this is exactly what it's called, a mouth breathing face. It's a narrowed face, chin, or jaw caused by children. And when your bones, your cartilage are forming, joints are developing, because you're given mouth breather, your face drops. You know, you don't want that kind of deformity in your children. You don't want that kind of deformity for you. So, you know, if you are someone that tends to do that, practice not. And breathing through your nose is way better. So breathing through your nose is better because nose breathing is better for you. Nasal breathing is better for you because it lowers your blood pressure by increasing your nitrite oxide, which is a compound of your body that can be helpful for keeping your blood pressure under control. So that's a positive thing. Also, nose breathing is the most important thing you need to do, is the best form of breathing, and out of your nose, because of the hairs in your nose. The hairs in your nose cause dander, dirt, bacteria. When they get caught up in those nose hairs, it keeps them from entering your nasal passage and entering your lungs. There's no stoppage in your mouth, and saliva tends to not be enough. So when you are mouth breathing, a lot of times there's debris in the air, particles you cannot see that are going directly into your lungs that could cause way worse problems later. You don't want that. But it is one of those things where I would never suggest that you guys do something like mouth taping as a TikTok challenge just to test it on yourself. I just don't think that's ever going to be healthy. When you guys see these challenges, try not to fall into the FOMO, fear of missing out of the shit, and, don't eat the pea sauce unless it's by Heinz. You know what I'm saying? Be careful of that kind of stuff. So the overall important message in the mouth breathing challenge, what I have from this health news information is, first, be evaluated for obstructive sleep apnea before sleeping with your mouth taped. And then also the direction of the tape. If you do decide to be a nutty nut and tape your mouth closed, okay? Tape it vertically. Do not tape it horizontally. If you tape it horizontally, you can mess up your facial hair. Also, too, you can mess up the skin of your lip from the direction you're pulling. You want to be able to pull it from this way. You know what I mean? It'll just be better. It'll just be daggone better. So just beware of these TikTok challenges. Do your research. Ask your doctor. Check on your own health. And if you're having some trouble sleeping, there are some healthy ways. But also, too, like I said, practice breathing out of your nose. It's important. Try to keep your mouth closed when you're sleeping. By nature, try to keep that thing closed. Shut that thing. Okay, so on to the next international news. Okay, let's talk about it. So, international news. Honey, international news, baby. International news. Trump has just announced he is going to be running for president in 2024. So that's really fucking scary. Like, that's really fucking scary. We just got ourselves out of a parallelogram. Just got out. Joe Biden is a crypt keeper. He's half past gone. Ain't seen Kamala since 92. And so basically, you know, right now the Republicans are running the House. And I think this was all a ploy to get him back into office. Now, here's the thing about Trump that I don't understand as a news anchor. I don't understand how he got twice impeached. I thought he was fired. And that's why I'm saying America and governmental rules, they make their own rules. So make sure you make your own thoughts. Hold on to that one. Put that in your pocket. But yes, Trump is running again for office. And he has declared as his first motion of racism that all drug dealers should get the death penalty. And I think that that's crazy because the biggest drug dealers in American history are the CIA. So if any of them 70, 80-year-old niggas that was in the CIA during the crack era, that was 40-year-old then and decided to implement crack into the black communities because they saw the upgrowth and the generational wealth that was occurring and black pride that was happening in the 70s, if they are not the first people in handcuffs, I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. If you live in Wisconsin and they still have weed laws and you got caught with a pound that you was finna smoke, you don't motherfucking need to be in jail. But for those out here, you know, fentanyl users, which are mostly, you know, cloud colored, those cloud colored people have now made it a social issue and it's a us problem now. The opioid addiction. And let me tell you something. That opioid addiction was government regulated too. I watched the opioid crisis documentary on Netflix and they took a natural opium plant that is a psychedelic plant that actually leaks liquid and they remade it to be dried out and that's what they make the opium and the pills out of. So these are genetically messed with plants that have been turned into drug pills that are killing the community. And you worried about the drug dealers going to death penalty? You worried about the wrong thing. Then that's taking out everybody in big pharma. Do you see what I'm saying? If we're gonna do it, let's do it. It's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So Trump running again is very telling. I'm gonna be honest. One thing about me, I know niggas. Hey niggas. I know niggas and y'all know me. And I have seen these past couple of years a secret underground kind of loving and embracing of Big T. I saw y'all on the Facebook and the Snapchat calling Trump Big T because y'all got some little pennies he sprinkled to y'all. He let out Kodak and Kwame. And yes, if Trump does go back in office, do I want him to free Larry Hoover and see murder? I absolutely do. So Monica could get her man and we can all go home. But at the same time, you know, I'm scared for the future because absolute power corrupts absolutely. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want anybody to die, but would I live for another lockdown? Ugh. Ooh, give me a lockdown right now. Ooh, yummy. If I would wake up right now and they was like, we're going on lockdown again, everybody quarantined. Oof, I can see the snuggly socks and shows I'd catch up on. I'd love that. But I'm also that type of girl. But Trump going back in office, he's going to be implementing a lot of things. He really did change the ideals of the Republican Party. They are now the Trump Party. And he has diehard fans that are going to come out and vote for him. He basically, I feel like he got everybody off that was on January 6th because of the relationships that he still did have in the government. So he has a fan base. Let's not take this lightly. We're going to see what happens in 2024. And are you voting for Trump? Write me down in the comments, like, share, subscribe to my TikTok, to my Instagram, to my Facebook, and let me know what you think about all of these topics, from the mouth taping to dad going Shaquilla Robinson, to Rasheem Carter, to Escape, and of course, to them dammy Grammys. All right, you guys, this has been Everybody Hate Krissy, and this has been The Girls Are Shaking. Okay, y'all not gonna clap? That's not funny. Y'all not gonna clap? Okay, this is The Girls Are Shaking, and I'm glad y'all came to my show. My show. Okay, y'all came to my show. Thank you. Bye.